Welcome to Out of the Loop, Into the Hoop. Today we'll be working on a mini tutorial for our Deer and Reindeer In-The-Hoop plushie. This week we have a super versatile pattern that can easily transition from a deer to a reindeer with just a couple color changes. To avoid redundancy, we're going to be just covering a few small things in this tutorial. If you're looking for a more comprehensive, in-depth tutorial, check out our Bear In-The-Hoop plushie pattern tutorial. Otherwise, let's dive right into it. Along with our basic In-The-Hoop plushie supplies, we're going to need a body fabric. We're going to need an inner ear fabric in a contrasting color. We also need a smooth minky for our applique and our antlers. Now let's go over our fabric cuts for this. We're going to need a front and a back body piece. We're going to need a smooth minky applique piece for the face, as well as the belly. We're going to need a front and a back for our ears. The back of the ears is going to match our body, and the inner ears is going to be a contrasting color. Last but not least, we need a front and a back to our horns. I chose to do a matching smooth minky that went along with our applique pieces. Alright, now we're going to be diving into the hoop. I already have our antlers stitched out here. Next, we're going to stitch out our ears. I just wanted to show you the fabric placement for these. Once our antlers and ears are cut and turned, we can set aside our ears. We're going to be actually stuffing our antlers for this pattern. Make sure you're using small additions of polyfill each time. This is a slower process, but it's worth it. This ensures that our antlers are nice and firm and going to stand tall on our plushie. The next thing I wanted to cover in our mini tutorial was the face applique. To transition to different looks in animals, sometimes I'll make adjustments to the shape of our face applique, and when working on the deer, I decided to do just that. Here I'm just trimming around the face. I actually like to skip the little V section and just get all of this excess fabric out of the way, and then come back to it to clip a little bit closer in fine detail. Now we're moving ahead to the belly applique. We're just repeating the same process here. This actually is the same as most of our other patterns, but I wanted to include just along with the face applique. Fast forwarding a little bit more, we're going to be covering the stitch order. To start, we have the little dots at the top of the deer's head. Followed by that, which is really hard to see, but we have the whites of the eyes next. Then we have the eye color. For the deer and reindeer, I chose to use a brown. You could use any color you'd like though. The next stitching we have is our cute little rosy cheeks. Then we have our longest stitch out, which is our eyes, eyebrows, and mouth. Immediately followed with our white pupils. Now I'm going to be wrapping up our mini tutorial with our last stitch here, which is our nose. The nose is really the star of the show with this pattern. With just a simple thread color change, you can change the whole look of this design from a really traditional woodland looking deer to the option of a festive holiday reindeer. Thanks for joining today's little mini plushie tutorial. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out. I look forward to seeing what you create getting out of the loop and into the hoop.